What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Seven Nights Flashpoint. It's time for, I guess, episode 3 of the Chrome difficulty Let's Play. We're not going to have 2-hour episodes anymore, though this mission itself might go pretty long. We have a power level 6 for enemies. Obviously, we're pretty low here. We've got a raid here for Origami Joe. Now, things to mention is that because we took points in Dealmaker, we get increased base influence and increased influence for a secondary objective, which means we can bump him all the way to maxed out, well, functionally maxed out at 80, which will line up for his next limit break, so we can bump him to sell max level of basically all of his stuff. What I didn't realize until just now when I was prepping for the episode is the optional blue point for low security level is a blueprint for legitimately the best gun in the entire game. Now, crafting this thing is going to be absurdly expensive, and I'm not sure I can realistically manage this for his limit break while also getting the sec level. I probably have to just sacrifice this, but again, actually probably the best gun in the game. It'll cost me like 600k to craft. It'll cost me 600k to even get the crafting bench built. It's pretty far away. We have 5k. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and actually run our new recruit Tanya here. We ended up rocking her as a full sniper in the multi-class, so we've got upgraded strike zone and some J-Tech here. Ultimately, we'll sort by gear real quick so we can go through the roster. Cyberknight has an unupgraded AR and a basic pistol. Everyone here has the exact same basic pistol. The difference being that we've got the Bull Assault here, and then otherwise we've got 2 people running melee weapons here. A bunch of stun crew with the Dazzlers. We got a couple of meta clouds, shock mines for a longer range stun. Basically just a combination of stuns, 1 smoke, and a decent amount of healing. That'll be the team running the mission. I will probably end up getting the kills. I will likely not get low security. It is what it is. Let's play it out. Remember, we're here on our own dime. Let's make this a profitable night. There should be plenty of blueprints, files, and equipment here. We'll hit everything we can before it gets too hot. Now keep a close eye on your exits. We've got more than one option if things heat up quickly, and we may need to make a break for it. Scout ahead, plan a route, and keep your options open. Let's make some bankroll. Doesn't pay. All we can do is try to get what loot we can and get out. We are running our hacker. This map does have 2 matrix hosts on it. One thing I want to call out, actually, is that this was one of the, at least for when I started playing back in July of last year in early access, this was one of, like, I want to say, like, 6 maps in the game at that point in time. I have played this map probably 40 times. I have played this map a lot. And the way it kind of worked is that I would tend to go all the way through here. It was hard to turn off all these laser wires really conveniently. This host does link to it, by the way, so I can use this host to turn them off for a bit longer. But you go all the way down here, grab this, have a really, really long stretch down this way, then you grab your last few boxes, grab the next host on the way out, and then end up here. Now, if we can somehow bypass guards permanently, we've got 5 turns per escalation, which means we've got about 24 turns we could roll to get the blueprint. That's still gonna be kind of tough. What I actually might do is like just get the 7 kills on the side of the map, grab a few boxes, and leave early. Because realistically, this assault rifle blueprint is potentially just worth more than everything on the side of the map. That might be true. I'm not saying it's for sure true, but it might be true. Like, the blueprint itself will sell for, I want to say, like 200k or something. It'll be a good amount, and it'll kind of run some early bankroll. Anyway, let's just go ahead and actually play this mission out. We've got a fire comm here, so he's going to be pretty annoying. He'll be harder to kill. Everyone else at least is basic guards. You can tell the art is deterministic for what kind of guy they are, so you can recognize the face, but okay, it's a basic guard, got it. As per usual, let's go ahead and... Actually, I'm going to wait for Tactical Surge. Let the team all delay. And yeah, you're standing around, you're not patrolling, and this guy's going to walk forward. You're standing around, you're going to, I think, stand as well. No, you're walking closer, that's actually fine. And then he's going to walk down here. I've played this map a million times. I know all the guard moves. The game does have a random element to its maps. Obviously, the maps themselves are hand-built. The entrance and exit points are functionally random. There are, n total entrances and x total exits, and they are paired up like pretty directly in that, like, I will never like enter and exit the same zone, for example, but there's multiple permutations of playing this map as a raid. And then as far as guards are concerned, usually they're in a quantum superposition of 2 guards, where any given guard could be one of 2 guards when the map is generated, when you load into it. And so you can have a bit of variance there in terms of, oh, it might not be this guard, it might be a different one, but in this case, this is what we have. So first things first, let's go for some combat. I'm going to throw down JTAC right around here. This should line up pretty well with where combat's going to be. Next thing is throw Strike Zone over onto these guys. So we can lower armor, we can increase accuracy, and realistically to me, as far as non-Cyber Knights are concerned, I think Support Sniper is the strongest class in the game. I think it's substantially the strongest class in the game. They've nerfed some other talents that were pretty ludicrously overpowered over the past few weeks of early access, which is good. There was some really, really broken stuff in there. And so I think at this point now, the tuning is such that Sniper to me is the best non-Cyber Knight class. Anyway, I'm going to try to knock down as many guards as we can. I'm thinking you're going to see me no matter what, and you guys can already see me, so I'm going to have my CK run out here. And the cool thing is, again, he's got high crit chance, and oh, I didn't walk him into JTAC. I should have walked a bit closer like this. Okay, I just wasted an action point. It's my fault, but again, it's my fault. Let me try to walk into a spot where you are clearly in the same full auto cone. Looks like if I stand here, you won't be in audio range. That's good. I'm now buffed up by JTAC. You're debuffed by Strike Zone, and look at that. Debuffed evasion, minus 20. Surprise target, plus 25. Buffs from various forms, plus 13. Crit chance, 71. Thanks to the crit vulnerability from Strike Zone and the buff from JTAC and all my stats. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, damage pretty good there. And even though I have a good amount of recoil now, we've still got so many evasion buff, like accuracy buffs and evasion debuffs that, guess what? They're gonna die. Yep, so fat crits. This guy, of course, heard gunfire. We've got to deal with that somehow. That's fine, we totally can. So your turn is done, of course. I have no special leverage. We can block AI escalations at some point, but no rush for that. We did buy the Matrix Nuke, by the way, so that's... oh no, this is the hacking station one. Okay, hold on. Can Magpie legitimately fight here with her Urban Assault? I think the answer is no, it's too loud, so... The question is then, can my Vanguard sword swipe reliably? I think the answer is ultimately yes, so I'm going to pop Silence for move speed. I'm going to run up, and I have multiple jam kit charges, so I'm going to run up to here. I'll get seen, it's fine. I'm going to jam kit this so that we can run at full speed and not be annoyed. I should have probably hit him with Anticipation first, so that I could have had the crit vulnerability there, but it's too late now. And I'm going to run up, and all I'm going to get is one sword swipe, but I think that's fine. We'll have someone else clean up afterwards. But we'll run you up here, and because I want to be as efficient as I can, we'll even use the Power Slice to get some bonus damage. We rolled a Glance, unfortunately. That's too bad. I'm going to have Magpie yield. We'll have Tanya try to finish this kill off. Which should be not too bad, actually, because JTAC will make this kind of nice. I will put you here inside the JTAC buff. And she hasn't been seen yet, and so she's going to get bonus accuracy and is eligible for a stealth crit here. I guess you're far enough away to just take one more step forward. So I'm going to go to here. That will give me better accuracy. And then, yeah, now that I don't have that problem anymore, we get a ton of hit chance here. Shot 1 was not a crit, but it's okay. We'll slowly wear him down. Looks like this kill is pretty much guaranteed. Yeah, if I don't glance, he's dead. Alright, so the initial guards we met are down. That gives us some space to work with. Their body timers will eventually run out, but they haven't run out yet. Sadly, I don't have quite enough action points to get my hacker in there, so she's a little bit too slow, so it'll cost me a turn to start the hack. That's too bad, but it is what it is. I would need some other kind of movement buff, like maybe a soldier on the team to get there, or to have her bump her reaction stat a lot more to have more move speed. We're not there. It's fine. Alright, next thing is I want to keep delaying. And what I want is for Rose to use Anticipation. Well, I want her to get this loot as well, by the way. So to go here. Here's my loot. Get another Urban Assault Blueprint. I want to Anticipation you. Where are you headed? Okay, all you're doing is turning around. That's just fine. I need to jam kit this laser fence at some point. So if I I'm going to... Dancing Initiative is going to be a little bit annoying and tough here. I want to be in range to jam kit. I also want to be in cover. And I also want to make sure I can knock down the laser wires. Looks like this will work. If I stand right here, we see a new guard. Okay, fine. I can jam kit the lasers. Then I'm going to delay so that we can let this guy waste his turn. Actually, I should have waited to see if she could have hacked this. That was a bit of a mistake. Oh well. Let's do our hacking. Let's do our hacking. I could have also spent 1 AP using a packet loss. That would have been good too. So we get a moderately small host. We load hard shell. We load overclock. Load our basic programs. And because I'm not sure I'm going to take the other host down, I'm going to pop my leverage right now and get the data node locations for the current host. Actually, no. This is a really weak one. It's a gray host with bad ice. I'm not going to bother. I will save this for the next host and assume I'm going to go for it. So we walk forward. We've got security tally, which should go first. Connection use is pretty obvious. Might have some traps here, so let's see. Unload on action. Yikes. This is going to be really obnoxious. Go here. Okay. Now, really, let's go here. I lost disarm. Great. Great. I lost my active ice as well. Okay. That was pretty rough. This is at least already downed, though. We scan, we find all of the other stuff is right there. You know, for being a gray rating host, I sure have a lot of ice on these nodes. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure ice is purely based on what power level your host is, and we are at power level 6 or so. So it makes sense. But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Ultimately, I still want to knock all this stuff down, so I'm just going to have to run through it. Yeah, we're just going to suffer through this. Let's see. Damage to cyberdeck, damage to connection, add tally. These aren't horrible. Connection health is fine for now. So I'm just going to deception this. And then next turn we'll work through it with deception on. And like, ultimately at the end of the day, right, the escalations aren't that scary. It's 60 tally per escalation. It's not the end of the world. And we'll get through it all in the end. But it is going to be that little bit slow going. We'll load deception next turn when I have more IO, and we'll keep the move going. This might have been wrong, but it's a choice I made. You turn around, she ducks behind. Okay. It's time to make continued progress. So first things first, let's yield and let's have Viking try to get some armor shred here. We're going to run him up to this, which should put him 27 meters is actually pretty bad. Let's get closer then. Actually, one thing that's scary is your initiative's at 20. I cannot guarantee that my initiative is better. Okay, well, let's see. I think what we've got to do is actually run pretty far up. I need to run close enough where I feel good about shooting, but I'm also out of line of sight. So I'm going to run up here, and I'm just going to reload. And I'm going to let these buffs stay on, and then we'll do the rest of it next turn when I'm not worried about running out of action points and stuff. So we're going to stay. I could lure him. I don't think I need to, though. So you can end your turn. Tanya should reload. And I believe if I stand you in the middle here, that should be fine. You're in cover, and we can duck you out. Or I can run up for melee. I could like try to hide you behind this box or something. I can't quite hide there. I can hide here. And I would try to go for melee as my primary damage type. That's probably better than whatever else I could be doing. So I think I will put you here. I'll lose the JTAC buff, but I think it's correct for everything else. I think that will be relatively playable. I'm just worried about his initiative being this good. So, quantum interference, but nothing special. Body timers will eventually run out. This thing turned back on. I can deal with it, though. We do have the hacker in here, after all. He's at 17. That's a bit nicer. Load this. Let's go for connection health, then tally. There we go. We are chilling. Drop the remote controls. And let's go ahead and hack all the devices. Let's knock these laser wires down. And that will give me a lot more space to work with. And I believe that was the only things connected here. Yeah, only 4 laser wires. So, that excursion has been completed. Let me go ahead and load deception again. And let's keep the progress going. So, connection on any action. Connection use means it has to go second. Keep moving forward. I need passive disruption. I might as well load scan while I'm here as well. Move on. Connection use must be killed. We've got downloads up there. Let's go check. We scan. Okay, it's a reroute. That's fine, though. Not the end of the world. We move up. It's now been popped, so we can ignore it forever. We scan again. That escalation is not a huge deal. We've got download access and exit the node. Okay, we'll do these in order. Take our accounts. Take down this guy. And then my action points are low. So I'm going to actually stay here, load disarm. and then move forward, because this one blocks program loading. So I've got my programs ready for next turn. We're going just fine, and we can keep making progress in the future. I cannot end my turn on an incinerator. That would make me dump shock, so we're chilling. All right. What's my shred chance on the melee weapon? It is 30%. Let's still let this guy go first and make sure we're going to be okay. Where are you headed, buddy? Okay, he's doing nothing. Great. All right, let's start with this assault rifle then. Shred chance is 20% per hit, but I'm hitting 3 times, so we'll shoot once. Again, a crap ton of accuracy buffs here. As you are unaware, that crit means a lot of damage. We got most of his health thanks to critting for a ton, which means the second shot is critting for 150. We have not done much to reduce his armor, only a little bit with Strike Zone, and we're looking that good. So Rose might want to knock down... Oh no, she can't knock this down. I will probably... So this thing needs line of sight, by the way. So I can actually run like this and nothing gets spotted. Don't want to have the laser wires block my view if I can help it. I'm going to walk all the way up here. And that should give me 2 pistol shots, no problem. You see me. I don't care that I got seen. I was already spotted, I'm pretty sure. And we get just enough damage to kill. I can make the box with 1 AP, so let's do that. We get a armor blueprint. We get a pre-packaged smoke grenade. Not bad. Now, these bodies are going to time out. Looks like end of next turn. End of next turn. And yeah, for all 3 of those. So next turn, we are going to generate quite a lot of tally, or at least have a lot of pending tally. I'm going to keep running the team forward. These things come back at about 3 turns. I think just running full stop towards there is fine. I am not worried about any guards being too close. We will see new guards eventually, but they're not currently endangering me. And again, if I wanted to leave early, I could certainly grab these downloads and then run for this and exit out. Only need 3 more kills. There are 3 guards right here. We could totally choose to, again, get the blueprint instead of all the boxes, and that would not be unreasonable. The more I think about it, the more I just want to run straight down here and run for only a few more boxes and get the blueprint. It'll make the mission a bit quicker, which is neither good nor bad. But in terms of maximizing rewards, it's basically blueprint versus boxes, and I don't know what the right answer is going to be. We have quite a bit of escalation here. Looks like a camera might have seen somebody. Okay, well I can't load programs, but I can go down here. 4 Matrix AP per action, we can get rid of you. The tally is just not a very big deal on a fairly tame host. We've got a lot of possibilities here, so let's go ahead and check out what's here. Damage to connection will drop you. What's the trap? The trap is when you exit. We'll get rid of you at the end. Block the download access. Take some files. Have to knock you down now. Let's keep moving forward. Let's load scan while we're here. Let's come down here. It's damage to connection and then connection use. We kill both in order. We found the CPU. Let's hope we one-shot it. Actually, no. We don't need the CPU. All we need is the downloads here. Why bother, being weird about it? We can skip the CPU. It's not a problem. Security tally, then connection use. We scan, we see there will be traps here. There's passive ice here for sure. What do we have on the scan? If you download, and of course, download blocking here as well. So all I can really do is hit the disarm here for 4 action points, spend 5 to load disarm, and then we'll clear out the rest later on the next turn, and then be done. That seems decent enough. You are going to start walking around. You're on patrol. Not too scary yet. Yeah, Viking did get seen. I didn't really think about getting spotted by this, but that is +1 tally, and it's going to mean a guard will be sent. Now, they're going to send a guard to check out here, and check out here, as well as here. So we're going to have a lot coming my way. That's going to add up, and it's going to matter. But for now, with where everyone is, I can just run out here. I'm going to reload my AR, because I am clearly the damage carrier of this team. And we'll be okay for a bit. Yeah, so now, if I want this box, I've got to get rid of this camera, which is doable, or I just trigger it, but that seems just a little risky. Where do I want to be efficient as possible? Well, let's come out here. And because I want this box, I'm going to kill this guy. So let's anticipate where you're going to go, and also have the crit vulnerability for when we eventually kill you, because we're probably going to kill you. We can find a case for lure eventually, but I'm in no rush. Actually, you know what? I should jam kit this because... darn. I made mistakes. So what I should have done was throw down lure or something. Actually, you know what? I'll be fine. I'm going to jam kit this camera. I'm pretty sure I can steal it this turn. So Tanya, even though she's technically running past his vision, She's running past it for so little time, he won't actually make full confirmation. And so it goes back down. I grab my loot. I get a crafting blueprint for an SMG. I get prepackaged combat drugs. And I know you're walking forward, which means I would have to be a little bit afraid of you. You can see through the pipes after all. So this part's good. I know where you're headed, which is not entirely endangering me. I think I want to stand here, which will be pretty solid cover. It'll hide from most guards. I will get through your vision too quickly for you to notice. And we can post up for the next turn. 2 turns away from my combat buffs. I will need them eventually, but for now it's okay. So here is the security escalation. Glasswalker pops, and the reinforcements is the very first one. I probably should have used my leverage to make security escalations not happen. That was a mistake, but it's too late now. I screwed up. So new guards have shown up, the new reinforcements, plus some that have been woken up. So you were woken up by the Sec AI, so now you are on my radar. You were woken up as well, so you're on my radar. You were woken up and you're on my radar, and you were woken up, so you're on my radar. So those are the 4 who were woken up as the security saying, hey, let's go investigate that camera and those bodies. These ones have been grabbed in as reinforcement, but have no commands. They're just going to simply walk around, but they are heavily armored and very hard to kill. So this side of the map feels pretty off limits. I still want my 3 kills for the influence. That is the primary reason that I'm here. We can also take a little bit to let these guards have their turn. No reason to rush. Let them figure out what they want to do. We'll get my last couple of pieces here, take down a couple of accounts, and we have cleaned out this host. This is the CPU. I don't need the CPU. We are done. And now we can go ahead and run our hacker towards safety. So I think running straight forward is going to be fine. Again, line of sight blocked here, so this route is totally safe. And yeah, I'm going to skip these 4 or maybe even 5, I guess these 3 boxes. I guess we'll see where the patrols actually go. Okay, it looks like there's another guard who's showing up. Where's Delta? I didn't see him. Whatever. We'll find him in a sec. Where was Delta? Where did he come from? Where did he go? He's over there. Sure. Good for you, buddy. I think he got woken up by the nearby suspicious call. Alright, so. Yep. We're going to go ahead and wait for the guards to have their turn. We knew what you were doing, which is walking forward and turning left. I do want to kill you because I want the influence. You're standing around guarding the sandbags. And so far, your patrol is chill. Rose can't do much here, but that's fine. I am comfortable that my team can get this kill. So let's pop silence. Let's go melee. And that's going to be a pretty good first strike. And by attacking from here, you're going to turn and look at me on this side, which means you likely won't see the rest of my team as they come up to you. Decent first hit, but not great. Melee pistol will be some damage. Guaranteed glancing hit from melee range. I mean, could you miss at this range? Yeah, it's not a great hit because it's a glancing hit, right? We get a glancing hit, so it's low damage. These guys can walk. Heading to checkpoint. Yeah, so they are on the basic patrol route of that spawn point, which is not terribly spicy. I need to move up to get better range on you. So I'm going to walk out into the open. So because, well, we have 2 tally from this. No, we don't. Oh, no, the only tally is from him being alive. So I have no concerns here. You've been standing AFK, and you've been standing AFK. And because there should be no new security events, there should be no new directions from the security AI. So standing in the open, from what I can tell, is entirely safe. Because there's simply no... There shouldn't be any unknowns. No one should be walking around. We also got our light Glasswalker pop. Viking can move up. And again, I still want a couple more kills. I'm going to run down this way. I'll be cut off by these guys. That should be fine, though. And so, yeah, I'm just going to put you here, which seems decent enough. We'll be catching up with the hacker. We're going to get our combat buffs up relatively soon. And we're going to start fighting for the bridge. We got to make sure that you can't hear me. I don't want to deal with this Firecom who's entrenched in cover near these reinforcements who are also very tanky. That is not something I want to deal with. So I will hide from that. Again, we're still generating tally every turn. And we're generating extra tally from the corpse timers running out and everything else. We've got my buffs back, which is good. I want to use them when we're actually fighting probably this Firecom here. But until then, there's nothing special happening, so we can keep waiting. So yeah, let's let the guards have their turn again. Tactical Surge is up. I'm going to pop that. Is it worth popping it now? Let's pop it now. I will get some use out of this. I think it'll be fine no matter what. But again, we're going to keep delaying. She should be safe where she is. We'll have her move at the end. when we know what we want. So, oh, you were woken up by the AI. Okay. Yeah, you're one of the ones checking out the body. Sure. Magpie can wait where she is. Yep, you're going that way as well. We're going to mostly skip you, though. Like, these two are going to come up that way. We're just going to try really hard to bypass them. You're standing still as expected. Okay, you're on the way up from cross map. Yep, so you're going to be on the bridge. Again, you're the fire comm. You're the one who's scary. You are patrolling, but there's one next to you who I think matters. Yep, the assault is on a basic patrol here. The guard nearby says, hey, I'm suspicious, so he's going to become suspicious. That doesn't change anything. At least not yet. Yep, you're on the way up as well. You're a basic guard, so I want to wait one more turn until we fight this fire comm, but we're getting pretty close to the point where it's going to matter. You're on your patrol point now, and you'll keep walking up that way. Alright, so it's time for not quite combat, but certainly, you know, action soon. So let's turn off magneting. Let's put you right here. Let's get around the camera. And then this should be fast enough to not get seen for real. You'll get back behind cover, no problem. But I also want to get within about 20 meters to shoot well. So the range here is 20. So this is... Let me try... There we go. That should be fine. The problem is you'll see the body, and I don't want the extra escalation. So how do I handle this? Because you're going relatively early, and you're going to see me when you do. You're going relatively early, but you're not going to be in combat range. So I think my plan, and unfortunately I used Tactical Surge, and I really shouldn't have. Because I think the plan is to fight on this bridge using Tactical Surge and JTAC. You're standing still, you're getting to here, you're getting to here, and that should be a decent buff zone. The alternative is to use something like Lure to turn him away and like drag these guys to a different spot where it's going to be more convenient. I think that's going to be the plan. So you're going to run up here. I want to get this kill, but not have them see the body. So the plan is going to be to duck. And if I duck, right, when I get into here, I think you're just not going to see me. I'll be fine. Lure should be enough range, I think, to be useful. If I'm wrong, I'm sad, but it's going to be the plan here is to use Lure successfully. Yeah, so you're hiding there. And can I make you face a way that matters? I think yes. If I throw this like all the way down here and I catch him and he looks left, he shouldn't see the body. Yeah. He's over there now, and all I did it for was vision. He'll still walk to this edge of the bridge here, but this gives me space to go for combat. So I'm going to spend my 1 action point reloading, and a basic guard should have no problems getting killed. So decent damage there. It's not a ton, but it's a start. Magpie can walk up and get a bit here as well. We're going to have quite a lot of AP to spend, it looks like. You would see her. Yeah, okay, if she goes behind this wall, she'll be fine. And I can shoot from cover. So let's have you run up. You'll get a glimpse, but not enough of one. And then here we go. Shot 1 from stealth. Sadly, no crit. But we're wearing him down. That's the important thing. And then... Yep, Tanya's going to walk up here. This shot seems totally fine. That's basically a guaranteed kill. Yep. And thankfully, no one sees the body, so no reinforcements, no escalation yet. I am definitely wasting some action points in the way I'm doing this. I really did not need Tactical Surge. I think I could have gotten there without spending all that, so definitely a bit of a waste. One consideration I have right now, and even though I already shot this guy, is the cooldown of JTAC versus the duration of JTAC. I don't expect to fight on this bridge for very long, so I'm really tempted to throw JTAC down right now, even though I know I just went through all the combat. But the reason would be to let the cooldown start now to get it back by turn 5. And for Strike Zone, if I'm really confident in where this guy's going to end his turn, I can do that as well and be like, they're really for sure going to be in this area. And you know what? I feel confident enough that I want the cooldown back in 5 turns that I'm going to guess correctly. I could certainly be wrong, but it's the bet I'm placing. And then unfortunately, I'm wasting a ton of AP on my Cyber Knight. That's really unfortunate here. But we're going to put you here. Just to get a bit more info, I'm going to throw down Look Ahead back here to get a bit more info on these guys. You could definitely be scary when you come out here. You might just see me. That could be a problem. I hope it won't be. And actually, you know what? I should really consider interference spiking you so you go really late and I don't have to worry about you, because you are walking this way and your positioning absolutely matters. So I'm going to walk out. The extra AP at least had some use. Interference spikes that you're going last, and then I just got to make sure that my turn looks good next turn, and it should be okay when that happens. No escalation yet. I will probably block this. I'll probably run it next turn though. End turn on you. All right. So yeah, no new information sources for the AI. Solid so far. Viking goes first. Now what I want to do is yield to around initiative 9 or 10, which is not going to catch everybody, but if you're at 17 and you're at 20, we can go to 13, 13, 16, 13, and that'll be completely fine. We go ahead of this guy, but we let these guys walk in and waste their action points, and this guy can walk into range. This should work out pretty well. So you're going to wait. You're going to wait. You are indeed running up. You see the corpse, and you're going to stop right there. And that's what I wanted. You're on patrol. You are on your basic little patrol here, waiting next to your homie. And I basically got what I wanted. So this guy's turn is over. This guy's turn is over. It's time for combat. Now, I can't really yield any further here because this guy's going to get behind me. So I've got to start fighting. And I've got to try to maximize who's doing what. Now the tough thing is, again, I really wish I had Tactical Surge. I can't get all that far. And because I have to go and take actions now, basically the only play I've got is... Yeah, so because he's fully suspicious and has seen a corpse, that's one stealth condition failed. And because you're spotted, in fact my entire team is spotted or hunted, both conditions for stealth have failed, and so there is no way for me to be stealthy. And so all I can really do, actually one thing I could do is anticipate for a crit chance. I think that is functional and fine. Obviously you're in the way, but we're just going to go and slow roll trying to kill this guy. Standing here is fine. This will still count as visual cover when he comes out. I'm just trying to get closer to make sure my forward progress is that little bit easier. I'm just going to jump over here. I will get seen. You're very angry. You're in a combat state. Doesn't change anything. First shot's a crit. It's a little something. Wow, you are rolling in. I mean, yeah, your crit chance is very good. Crit vuln from strike zone and everything else. Yep, good job. Sec AI in my ear. Yep, you are walking around. I'm just going to skip these boxes because this is just too many guards. You are standing around because we know you are. The assault is on a patrol this way, but we're fine for now. You're not going to get too close. But yep, you're behind Muck there. And then this AR is way too loud, so best I can do... Yeah, you're at 13, you're at 13, you're at 13. What I'm going to do is go for a couple of yields to try to let Tanya come in for a melee strike. I'm not sure it's going to work great. In fact, I could have had Emil try it as well. But I basically want to look for some power slices here. I'm going to be in JTAC, he's still in strike zone. But the goal is I have a decent chance to shred, and there's really good pure damage on the power slice, right? So we crit, and that's what we wanted. So we got this kill much more efficiently thanks to stacking crit chance. And blades have, well, they have stealth crit damage. That doesn't really matter too much, but the power slice gave me 100 pure damage. We crit the pure damage for 1.5x, and it looked pretty good. So that was solid. Oh, before I forget, let's block escalations, because I will forget otherwise. You're fine where you are. Rest of these guards can move a little bit. Yep, you're guarding. You've been told nothing. You are just patrolling, nothing special. You are finally on your patrol, also nothing special. So again, I want to make sure I'm getting away from these guys on their patrol route. Maybe, yeah, you as well. We have this guy who's around at initiative 19. Now, both Viking and Magpie have turns up. And so I actually believe we can get this kill. I need to make sure I'm stepping into safety first. So I'm going to walk over here to make sure I'm not seen. Now, I'm a little bit afraid of your initiative being 19, but we can mess with that. So you're going to do a full delay now, because we're going to be hiding from you well enough. You're going to delay it on initiative 2. And then Magpie, in a kind of similar boat, we're going to put her somewhere around here, which is enough action points to reload and then shoot once if I want to. So I'm going to walk you down here. And then similarly, you can reload. And so the question is, do I want to try for this kill? My hit chance is very good. My crit chance is very good. This is really like to succeed. And so because of that, I'm willing to take the risk. And we're going to have her start this fight. And I think we'll get this kill no sweat. If I'm wrong, it'll be a bit of a problem, but at least Tanya goes first. And even if he does raise the alarm, and he will if he lives, Tanya can at least kill him before he fights. And then we'll be surrounded, and it'll be tough, and we'll have to, like, maybe sprint for this exit, or sprint for that exit, who knows. Hopefully not too many guards down here, but I think we'll be okay. So we've hopefully hidden from these guards. You're patrolling over there. The guy behind us we slowed down because he was going to cut off our sort of retreat angle. Yeah, he was going to see there for a bit. It was a risk. We probably would have been fine, but we get to dodge the risk as a result. And then this is a good hit chance. Your evasion is fully debuffed. I'm getting a guaranteed strike for full damage every time. Crit chance is good. We crit for double damage. Second shot comes in. We crit for double damage, and we're good. I'm going to walk forward instead of reload. I don't immediately need more bullets right now. And so we can see where they're going, right? They're checking out these bodies, these guys that died. They're going to check out this camera. At least one of them is. But we are behind a bit of cover. We should be okay. We get a would-be escalation, but we blocked it with our leverage. That is helpful, because it could have been a lot of scary things. It could be turning devices on. It could be putting buffs on the guards. It could be putting in new reinforcements. Who knows what. We're at sec level 2. We got our 7 kills. I'm going to try to go for some of these boxes. Maybe some of this host. So I want to point out that most of these timers have run out, but they're going to create more tally when they find them. Each of these bodies, if I recall correctly, is 3 tally each. And there's 4 right here. So we have 12 tally coming up, meaning we're already at basically sec level 4. We just don't know it yet. I think we are mostly just full sprinting for the exit to get this blueprint. We'll get one of these boxes, maybe 2 of them on the way. But I'm going to really prioritize the blueprint here because I think it's correct. We saw some of these boxes, right? We're like, here's an armor blueprint worth like 8k. Here's a like a package of drugs worth like 3k. Like, I would really much rather just get the assault rifle. And it's going to be a bit tight. I actually might just barely not make it. But we'll see. Ultimately, no one should be being sent my way, so we can do the same thing of delay and let the guards run around and hopefully be useless. So you are running up. Ooh, that was worse than I thought it was going to be. But again, we are behind that. That thing counts as vision blocking. That's why I stayed there. It counts as vision blocking. Otherwise, the entire group would have woken up, and it would have been very, very bad for me. But we're fine. We're fine. Do I want to cast Look Ahead again? I guess, yeah, because if you, like, come down this way and you get behind this thing, I might be in danger. So let's look ahead, you guys. Yeah, you're heading that direction. It's a little scary. Alright, so... looks like I can stand up and run from the start, and it'll be okay. Although, actually, real quick, am I worried about your... Okay, we should just leave before they go anyway, because it's not like we're gonna get anything new and interesting here. So, let's run a bit forward. Looks like there are no new guards to think about. That's kind of good news. No one on the left, no one on the right. Okay, I'm gonna run in a straight line then. I'm just gonna be in the open here. Okay, there are some new guards. They are pretty far. This can definitely matter. Gotta be a bit careful. You're probably gonna stand because you're guarding sandbags. You're probably going to patrol in a square. Fine. Alright. You are on the way towards the corpses. You will eventually see them. You might see one right now. Yep, there's 3 tally. We're escalating. Well, we would be, but I've blocked it. You're standing around. You're walking forward, but you're not going to get all that far. Yep. You're going to stand right there, and that's fine. Alright. So, sniper, we have to make sure we're staying ducked before we get out of the way. This should be fine with just the 1 pip. We can see the 1 pip will put me outside the cone. There we go. And yeah, we're going to run on up. And I'm going to run for the exit because I want what's at the exit. Only getting half the boxes, but that's okay. The secondary objectives are what I wanted. I had felt for a while during early access that secondary objectives were really underpowered compared to getting on the loot boxes. They had generally over time buffed secondaries quite a bit, and it's gotten to the point now where the missions are more dynamic because you're like, actually, this is important enough that while normally I would go for 2 hosts and 12 boxes and I would find a way to deal with these guard captains and whatnot, this is such a good secondary that I'm instead going to be like, you know what, in just this case, I'm going to play a different strategy, and I really like that. I really like that. For someone who's played, again, this map on this objective like 20 times or something, not anymore, right? There's like 30-something maps now instead of like 6 when I was playing 10 months ago. Yeah, I'm just glad there's some more variance as a result. Anyway, I think you're fine to stand where you are. This is not, well, this still counts as vision blocking, so let's stand there. Someone can get this box, probably. You are, yep, you are safe where you are. I do want to reload at some point, so I want to be, I'll slow down a little bit and reload the pistol right there. Okay, well, the buffs were useful. We got rid of a few more guards, but eventually those timers will run out. Glasswalker pops, we get some initiative. I really need the other 4 talent points. Oh, shoot, and the sniper has woken up. You're going to run right at us, and you're going to see us right away. I don't know what your initiative is, but I'm a little worried. So your initiative is 16. My entire team technically goes first. It'll be kind of hard to hide from you. But I think Magpie grabbing this loot box seems pretty efficient. Under sec level 5 means at sec level 4. We should be just about good enough. How many turns do I have until Viking has tack surge? 2? That's fine. Okay. So basically I can get, what I'm thinking is I can get this box on this turn. Next turn it's still on cooldown, get to around here. Turn after, if we're like in this middle zone, we can easily get out with Tactical Surge. So I can maybe even get this box, depending on how it kind of all pans out. But I think Magpie hiding is very reasonable. We reveal a few more guards, but nothing too special. You'll jump in here. Yeah, so again, these red cubes are low value. This iron recharge is going to sell for like 3k. Based on the math I'm seeing on loot boxes, it's feeling like I would rather get a level 6 assault rifle blueprint that I can craft eventually than go for this other stuff. So I'm feeling like Security Scramble is probably worth and probably playable. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I'm feeling good about going for Scramble and then trying to hide behind a box. You're very real and you matter, but I can hide from you. I can make this happen. I'm willing to believe. I'm beginning to believe. So we get an itemized smoke grenade, we get an armor blueprint that I can sell. I don't think I'm worried about you walking up. Actually, do I have lure back up yet? I have lure up next turn, yeah. So I'm honestly fine with Viking staying where he is. Next turn, I can get to around here. Actually, probably about here. And then it's going to be Tactical Surge. So yeah, where he is, even if I have to fully wait and do nothing this turn, I will be able to get to safety and it'll be fine. Alright, so you're going to walk in probably a straight line. I'd be shocked if you didn't. So I'm going to go here and then duck and hug the wall. There's no way you're going to have line of sight turning the corner here. Looking all the way in there, you're going to walk just like that. So I can stay right here and not get seen. Rose does not have anticipation up, so she's got to kind of just go here. Actually, this is a good turn for Silence to get the move speed and get to silently run all the way up to the wall. Just gives me a little bit more coverage, basically. I want to check one thing real quick. Yeah, my move speed is, yeah, 27%. Yeah, cool stuff. So, let's see. How far away? Yeah, you're 29 meters away, and with my 6 action points, I can easily cover 30 meters. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, so again, I feel like hugging this wall should be safe. I'm just going to stand right here. I will have a jam kit available if I need it. I can spend a few action points going around for boxes and be fine. These guards still matter, but I can also sprint past them. Actually, one concern that I didn't plan for is if the guy turns around and looks right at me, I get spotted and it's really bad. But surely it will be fine. I didn't really plan around those guards very well, though. You're walking up, but you don't see me yet. You're on checkpoint. You're on checkpoint. Yep, that's fine. Okay, you're going to go. Hop over one, run off. And again, as I predicted, you don't see me. And you are now kind of out of my way. Okay, your patrol's not very good. That's fine. You're still guarding. You've never been woken up by the AI. You're going to go find more corpses soon. There you go. And now you're going to hunt. Okay, you're on patrol. Sure. Sec AI in my ear. I hate these late night shifts. And we will escalate. Ah, yep, you found a new corpse. You're going to go to the similar location. You will not find any new corpses yet. We got some new tally, and our blocker is done. Okay, so you went over there, which means Viking can pretty freely run out this... Oh, I don't want you to get here. I know where you're going. And again, no one found anything too scary. So the only thing that would be really a problem is if one of you two got woken up by the Sec AI and were told to run over here, you would easily see my Cyber Knight and I'd be in danger. That is the one kind of risk I'm taking, but I think it'll probably be fine. You are getting kind of close, and your initiative is a 19, which is quite bad for me. I guess hiding behind more of a box is probably correct here. This will not count as being in vision for long enough, so this should be totally fine. But yeah, there is real risks here based on what you're going to do. Because I'm a bit open and I chose to not hide behind the boxes. I totally could have. I could have hid here and been fine. I didn't do it. So I'm running a bit of a risk, but it's probably okay. You're going very early, which is kind of good news. Fatality reported, alerting HR, +2 tally. Escalation 3 finally coming in. It's body timer, so it's going to be a lot more sec tally. We are sprinting for sec level 5 right now. We're thankfully not quite there. Looks like most people we killed, their timers have already run out. So it's not looking too bad. Looks like there's one new one here, basically. It's going to be that one. Yep. Yeah, you're going to spot a lot of corpses. You're going to give us a lot of tally. We are really up against the edge here. I think we'll just barely still sneak in, but it's pretty tight. I don't know what you're doing yet. Magpie is the only one I can't easily hide. Let's see. If I were to literally run here, could I make it with Tax Surge? It'd be close. I probably could, actually. 3 AP would not be that bad. But you're one of the faster runners on my teams. That doesn't necessarily count. Rose is probably in a similar boat. Yeah, with Tax Surge, she would easily make it. But I need to hide her, which unfortunately means wasting an action point. Even with one wasted AP, I would still be fine. But yeah, that would get a little spicy. But there is a totally real world where I run for the exit on this turn, and it likely works. So run you here, hide you again. How close are you? I don't think I would make it under Tactical Surge, so I do have to wait one more turn. Let's just hope we're not unlucky. I'm going to put you behind this box here. Should be safe from you, but it should be much safer from you, which is the important thing. So go here. And then I don't think he's going to run right at us. If he does, it sucks to suck, but I think it'll be okay. Or, nah, let's go ahead and bump Magpie to make sure she can get in cover as well. Because she's the only one who can blow our cover. So let's delay. And let's put Magpie right in here. Again, she could... Yeah, she probably wouldn't make it with Tax Surge either. It'd be close. So we're just going to go right here, spend 1 AP. We all hide behind the box. And I mean, there's a chance if you run this way we're sad still, but it'll probably be okay. Yep, you are running towards us, so I'm glad we moved. Alright, you're too far for me to care. You are chilling, that's good. You are coming a little bit closer, which is fine. Did not find any new corpses, that's good. You are on the way. You see me at the very end, okay. This is actually not as bad as it could be. It could have been worse. So yeah, you're investigating this corpse. You found it. Okay, we're sec level 4. Alright, so here's the thing. Alright. We are only at so much tally, right? We have like one intruder spotted here by Iota. Your initiative is 17. So what I could try to do, as spooky as it would be, and potentially very foolish, is try to have my entire team just run out here like idiots. Or at least just be in clear Tactical Surge range. Like if I'm here-ish, Tactical Surge gets me to safety every time. You're at 15. You're at 17. You're going to run away. So if my entire team goes like here, and we just shoot this guy, and we ignore the fact that you exist at all, and choose to not care, and then pray that our initiative scores are high enough to just sprint for the exit, we can ignore the fact that you put us in combat, and that you're in our way. And we can sprint past this camera and get out. I have Interference Spike on Viking available. Next turn I have Lookup, which doesn't matter. But if you're at 15, and I can drop you down to 11, and we can kill you, I'm pretty confident we can just stand here, shoot this guy, and just be fine and get out next turn and probably not hit the escalation. So let's try. Let's take this really, really weird, risky choice. Tanya does not have her buffs up. Not until next turn. Darn, I'm 1 turn off. Talent points matter, right? Getting upgrades matters, but I don't have them. So not guaranteed to hit these shots, but hopefully we land enough of them. I need about 5 in total. Tanya will probably end up going for melee here. I'm thinking that's probably the best way about this. If I stand you here, you're in decent cover. That's 1 strike and a pistol shot. No one else with a pistol is going to be decent. That's looking pretty good if it's not a glance. It was not a glance. That's good. So a point-blank pistol shot's going to be pretty poor, but it'll do the job. We got a glancing hit, as expected. You're going to go investigate more corpses. You see nothing. You're going to start hunting. No, you're still on the way. Okay. Will you find a corpse yet? I think you just missed that one. And you haven't seen that one yet either. You have no new info still. You're going to find corpses, probably. Ooh, you... No, I think she missed that one, actually. Okay, she'll keep going. So another fun story from early access. They actually fixed this relatively recently. They had been building a bunch of AI improvements. So guards had what I would consider kind of an AI bug, where they would only follow the sick AI for about 1 to 2 turns. And then, as we saw from this guy here, they would go into their hunting AI, where they would, like, pick somewhere nearby and look, and, like, they check out a corner, they check behind a box, they would, like, you know, move a few tiles at a time to end their turn. The way this map is laid out is, like, we would have, like, outright combat here. Like, under the camera, body timers running out, a whole 9 yards. And all these guards from all over here would run over for 1 turn, get to here, run over for a 2nd turn, get to here, and go, like, it's time to hunt. And they would only ever go for 2 turns, and you would have, like, 8 guards just sitting back and forth, patrolling the bridge over and over and over again for the entire mission. And you would, like, have outright combat here. And, like, reinforcements would spawn in, the A would send them, and they'd, like, get to here, and go, like, it's time to hunt. And they'd hang out on the bridge for another 5 turns. And that was... It is what I most remember this map for. It's a bunch of stupid-ass guards just stuck trying to do the same things over and over. I'm glad they improved the AI. It made the game a lot more fun when guards got smarter and, like, did sort of sensible things. So Tanya's at 17, Magpie's at 20. Rose hopefully gets a pretty good initiative roll. She's at 13. That sucks. Okay, we can still handle it, but that's really bad. All right, well, Viking can only do so much. We're going to start with interference spiking you, drop you to 11. We are not getting sec level 5 yet. That's good news. I'm going to sprint out here. You're at 15. You totally exist. You matter, sort of, kind of. But the important thing is no one who could threaten me is nearby. The fact that you're reporting me doesn't matter, because I'm going to pump Tactical Surge next turn, and we're going to sprint for the exits. So here's escalation. Let's see what we get. Intruder reported. A guard is missing. Fatality reported. Plenty of tally coming up. It's body timers again. That is going to generate even more tally if we were to end our turn. You can see we would definitely hit sec level 5. But that's not going to happen. You know why? Because I'm going to be running for the exits. So the tough thing is Viking rolled a 15. 15 is bad. That is not a good initiative roll. I'm going to run you away from this guard to not get caught. Then I'm going to just, like, delay your turn and have you hang out. That should still work, but it's going to be a little bit tough. Okay, am I willing to greed this loot box? Actually, yes, because there's no way that's not 3 AP. No, let's not do it for you, because there's other people who have better move speed. No, not really, actually. Yeah, I mean, Tanya and Rose have better move speed. Okay, yeah, you should not greed. You're going to walk here and delay. I don't care if he's going to see me. It doesn't matter. I want to be away from the sniper who's clearly in combat. So I have to delay you down to 10. That's okay for now. You're guarding. You're still going. You've crossed the bridge. It's a miracle. I've got all these tools available. None of them affect initiative. But if I really, really need them, we'll throw them down and be like, look, if it comes out to a battle for some reason, we'll fight, okay? If we have to fight, we'll fight. Tanya has no problem getting out on time. So I will have Tanya greed for the loot box. She gets seen. Yep. Here we go. We get a revolver blueprint. We get a prepackaged metacloud. And you are going to extract. Good job, Tanya. You did your job. All right, we have this captain who's just going to investigate after finding that corpse. And he's hunting around because he got to his location. And he's not on a bridge, because he's smarter than that now. There's a break-in. Sec AI setting him over. Sec AI running over from body timers. The important thing, though, is Tactical Surge now gives 3 initiative. And that means suddenly our team's looking a lot better. I can look ahead and drop your initiative down to 13, and suddenly, look at that, my entire team is now higher in initiative. Because I knew look ahead was coming up, because I knew I had interference spike for the sniper, because I knew Tactical Surge was coming up, I knew I could break all the ties and get where I wanted to go. And so we are running past a bunch of angry guards. We are skipping the second host. We are skipping half the boxes. But I want to escape under sec level 5. And I will do so. Because that is really, really, really what I wanted. So good job to you. This guy is going to hunt around, try to find the culprit. He will not find me. I'm too far away. You will hunt around for the culprit as well. And Magpie, congratulations. I did have 2 AP to spare. I could have gotten out. It's fine. And I only looted half the map, and it was still an hour. Well, we're on a scav raid like this. It's up to us to make our own payday. How do we do? Let's check out the market and the cold storage. We got some solid XP. Our team gained 0.17 power level. Origami Joe gained a ton of influence. Tanya's name is now Reaper. I think pretty fitting, to be honest. We got, honestly, not the best stuff for the Matrix downloads, but I'm pretty happy with what we got from the boxes. Not as good as getting the Eagle Sight. I will show you. But, you know, not bad overall. Alright, so I don't want to stay too much longer on this. Let's show the blueprints here, and we'll be like, hey, yeah, so I got, you know, these things, right? I got 15k, I got 15k, I got 8k, I got 8, like, you know, this is 30, this is 45, we're up to like almost 50. Yeah, the Eagle Sight is 148. Yep. That's an entire mission. And as I said, it's kind of the best gun in the game. I will probably change my build order to do this. I wasn't going to put a nanofab down early because it's really easy to limit break and get good guns now that Puppet Master exists. But yeah, I'm feeling like we're going to go and try to get as much money as possible. So I'm going to sell the lower level ones because I really want the money. Here, I guess we'll wait, and Puppet Master is up. I'm going to let some time tick through. No, I need to sell to make money so I can go do base management. So no one still buys these yet. That's fine. I do have some people who will buy the armor blueprints. Honestly, these are just basic. I mean, I might hold on to this because evasion and partial action points I might use at some point later on in the playthrough. But we'll sell the armor blueprint. We'll sell the steel snake. I'll get better stuff from Joe, just being in a better spot. Once he limit breaks, I will send him some of these and get him some influence. But for now, I don't need to. I have no mintable file sets. If I had an upgraded cold storage, I could mint a 3-piece file set here and here, but I can't right now. As far as individual files not used by a set, I can sell 1 and make 6k. As far as accounts are concerned, I can sell all these. So it looks like I made, you know, something around like 20k for the Matrix downloads. It's not bad, right? Jack the Matrix makes around 20k or so, not horrible. I can afford some room upgrades, which means when I have nano scrubbing, which I guess is now next up, we have to keep bumping this and keep going, but I would like the Underworld Hub bump. I would like probably the Hacking Station bump, but it's going to be pretty expensive, so that's going to take a bit. So let's go do class trading then. Cyberknight gets a point, and the nice thing is I get to finally cap out Tactical Surge cooldown. This is really useful. Getting it down to every 4 turns is a big deal. Next in line is going up here and going for Rewind and then Atomic Stutter, and that'll be really nice for me when that is finally available. Face levels up. I get 2 points, and I could go for a Co-Conspire value, but what I really want is to rush field coordination and get this node right here to run height boosters. This is really, really, really nice. I think there's totally an argument for not getting the, like, some of these bonus payments here, like influence. It ended up working out in this case, but conditional bonus influence on secondary and even the potential extra money, not always a big deal. I do like getting the 10 flat influence, though, on the contacts. I think it's just pretty worthwhile at a baseline. But that allows you to get field coordination a bit sooner. But, you know, another alternative would be just literally beelining for Puppet Master, not doing too much. Maybe just the first point of Dealmaker just for money, because it works in everybody outright. You have to, of course, path through Co-Conspire. and getting field coordination sooner. I think this is just such a very, very good talent, and I really do recommend rushing for your field op center. Hacker at 4 is kind of a sigh of relief. I finally have like enough space to get a solid coverage on hacking talents. So second charge of null op and more damage is going to very cleanly deal enough damage to crush ice at the current point in time in the game. I'm now feeling kind of comfortable with my hacker's power level. Vanguard levels up. We are going to push towards Glasswalker. The first 2 nodes, not a huge deal here, although it's going to pop more often, which is nice. What I really care about is level 5, where I can get a 2-turn duration and +1 action point for 2 turns. This is really, really nice. And of course, we could choose to not bump Jam Kit or not bump Lure to get this sooner. It is a real choice you could choose to make, but the base value of Jam Kit +2 and Lure +2, really, really good. And I recommend those +2s, by the way. Sniper does not level up just yet, but next time we get the chance to, in the Sniper tree, we're going to take cooldown and move towards the bump on JTAC. We're going to take cooldown on Strike Zone. As we saw, the cooldown really would have mattered. The 4-turn cooldown, basically a 4-turn cooldown, 2-charge JTAC is really, really good. You basically have it up for every fight you ever care about, and the damage output is totally solid at 15 crit, 20 damage. And then for Strike Zone, ultimately, you get your cooldown buff, you feel good about it. If you want to go for the charge through duration, you can. I want to note that as of today, which is day 2 of release, the duration node is bugged. It makes the debuff only last 1 turn. The zone stays out, so if someone walks into it, it's fine. But you have to kill enemies basically on their first turn, or they lose the Strike Zone debuff. And so to me, that's obviously some downside. I don't usually need the second charge anyway, and cooldown is enough to feel good about it. They will fix it at some point, I'm sure, but they have exactly 3 devs, and this game is huge, so I'm not going to hold their feet to the fire by any means. Anyway, that is that bit done. We'll basically get ready for the next mission, and then it's going to be off to, for me going to bed and the end of the episode. So we're on legwork. We've got this convo. I guess we'll start it. We might as well. My insider is willing to steal a prototype Jupiter nanofab stabilizer formula. Just loot the files in the set. It is a jealously guarded Jupiter group secret for the moment, but it isn't likely to last. Someone else will steal it or crack the formula, and the opportunity to bank on it dries up. I've shelled out a hefty bribe for the blue card worker to risk it all for this formula. What is it? Well, Megacorps are always trying to find ways to guard their blueprints better, to prevent just anyone from stealing and using them. The most common path is to formulate special stabilizing agents, secret chemicals you need to dump in with your NBS cubes, or resulting physical molecules just won't set right. My bribed insider was able to sneak the formula out of the main lab to a nearby facility in 3 parts. I will pay for any part you can lift. So we're the last mile pickup then. We might be able to do that for you. We've got a loot file set job. It is pretty akin to the, second or whatever mission we ran in the sort of opening story, but we've got the warehouse plunder here. We've got bonus XP if we kill a bunch. We get another urban assault rifle blueprint if we do it quietly. This is less valuable than XP, I would say. We get a really solid payday of around 230k. I do want to gain 0.21 power level as soon as I can to get to PL2, which means if I have my numbers correct, running that mission plus the CPU spike will get me there, which means that any future missions grabbed will be at PL2, and they'll be worth more XP and more money. So this is worth grabbing, but I don't have to rush and grab it right away. We can grab it in the next episode. But I do want to move forward to the point where we are ready to run that mission. So as this is going to be due in a little bit, we're getting Underworld Hub tokens. Let's let time tick forward. All right, looks like what just finished. I don't even remember what finished here. This still requires scrubbing, although it looks like, where are we at? I don't know. And why, what is my brain not processing right now? I'm at 22 scrubbing because we're upgrading field ops. Oh, it only requires 2 more pollution than I have right now, so this would work if I had money. Otherwise, though, if I had extra money, I could dig this out, but it's 75k. That's kind of rough, to be honest. I need a mission to make a payday here. So I'm probably going to get legwork done, right? Get this done, get this started, and then try to find our way into running this mission as soon as possible so I can pay for base upgrades. All right, I still want to go as late as possible to have the most time for token generation, but let's have this conversation start here. When the field up center is done, because now we can buy better stuff, we can inject cred chips, and we can disable security devices. That's cool stuff. Okay, but actually, new conversation. Yes? Yeah, let's just chill and start the new combo. Actually, she managed to jump ahead in line. Didn't have to shoot any pirates, but the river was busy with all sorts of riffraff. Now I understand why you couldn't have brought that tech in my regular channels. The containment field device in it was giving off crazy signals, so it would have picked you up for sure. Everything's in good hands now. Thank you, AIM. So 2 favors and 20 influence with Tosca. Also, now we have this mission. So, Kirsa, I need to ask you a very personal favor. It's about my daughter. You may not even know I have a daughter, but her name is Lorelei. Lorelei is no stranger to trouble. In fact, I think trouble may be her last friend left standing. You've never mentioned her before. What makes her and her trouble worth our time? I don't mention things I'd like to keep out of sight. But if I wasn't serious, I wouldn't be calling you. Lorelei has never been where I need her to be. Instead, it has been theft, guns, drugs, and always trying to weasel her way into gangs. This time, she has gone too far. The last thing I know is she went on a bender in a K-Milli Syndicate gambling house, then she disappeared into the belly. I can't take this to my people, too much risk to my position, but she is still my daughter. That place is the death trap. It's the bottom of the well. You think she would come back with us? I know it isn't pretty. Certainly the belly didn't get its infamous reputation as a last stop on the train for no reason. If Lorelei is down there, then she's likely in pretty deep. May need to pay off the syndicates and gangs that hold the turf in the belly to get her clear. I'll pay her debts. Grease palms and take the quiet path when you can. Just tell me what you had to front. We'll also need an easy way to ID her. Whoever goes down there is going to be sorting through a lot of flop houses. Then we can have some other very cheery dialogue. What if she's already dead? You're a ray of sunshine. Look, you don't hire us for the cheery attitude. You hire us to get the job done and to worry about all the eventualities. Noted. Find Lorelei dead in the belly. Make sure her corpse never leaves that hellhole. One way or another, we'll get this business sorted. So, what's the real reason you want her back? Is it helping? I want to know who we're dealing with, who I'm working for. Why can't it be both? I don't want to see her dead or just never see her again. But I've worked hard to get where I am, and I can't jeopardize that. So, what will you do if we get her back? I'm working on a transfer. I'm going to find Lorelei a position doing something somewhere. Maybe in the Atlantis role. Alright, well, we have legwork to do. Bunny is best at it with her muzzle face trait. So sure, I guess she's the best at it. 63% is not horrible, but we only get one chance in 8 days, and if we can't get it, something awful happens. Alright, Bunny. A hardened merc in the belly will be able to flip a few flop houses until Lorelei fell out. Wait, what are you saying? Why'd you pick me? What about Hayes? Oh, you've got jokes. What about Reaper? It's good. She would do well down there. We're not here to discuss why. By hell, the decision is made. Look, but we should have packed a change of clothes or two and some concealable weapons. Alright, Viking, don't glare at me like that. I'm on it. So she's on the mission. We've got a new mission here with Dr. Ash as well. Ultimately, though, we're going to handle Underworld Hub tokens, everything else, in the future because we've got a warehouse plunder to plan. We're getting some bonus influence thanks to this. There is a Matrix host here, although it looks like I can't buy it. I can't get any Matrix host leverage, which is fine. I think my team is strong enough. +1 sec level because we're at a little bit of heat, sure. But I like this team quite a bit. We're going to level up Reaper next turn. Rose is here with a better Glasswalker. Magpie's here with, overall quality stuff going on. One consideration would be trying to wait to get our next limit break here if we sort by influence. Joe is first in line, thankfully. So, getting his limit break would be nice, but I don't have the money to buy anything. I need the money from this mission to keep my base upgrades going, so I'm not really feeling like doing much else here. Underworld Hub is ready to be upgraded when I have money. That'll take a little bit. Cold storage in a similar boat here. I can upgrade it when I have money. Barracks is already level 2, so we're chilling on that. I've already got my Command HQ to level 2, so I don't need to upgrade this for a while. We're getting the power supply already for the Nano Scrubber to make more room for more upgrades. Hacking Station 2, I guess we'll put in cooling. That seems reasonable, actually. Field Ops 3 will happen eventually. Let's put in power as well. That means I have all my tasks going, which means when the 1 day ticks forward for running the mission, we'll be partway done on that. That seems reasonable enough. And yeah, they're going to stop here because the next stop is going to be running the warehouse plunder. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.